Hi, I'm Chad. In the fall of 2020, I bought this boat, a Columbia 10.7 called Samantas, for $750. We motored her south to her new home at Chipman Point Marina on Lake Champlain. She is now undergoing a complete refit in preparation to begin sailing the world. Alright guys, I cut the last of them. This is the 5th piece. I've got a little bit more to do on this. So you see these two pieces here, mirrored. This just drops in, just like this. There's a little lip all the way around, about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to sand them, clean them up, and then I'm going to glue this down flat to the surface with the epoxy resin and hardener. And then I'm going to find a place to set it down and let it cure.
Everybody's climbing, trying to get to the show. Life is money, and you're just a hoe. Don't take it personal, I'm talking about me too. What else should we do? What else should we do? But I gotta admit, it feels so good, like a sugar sweet kiss.
This one, I got one more little cut to do.
I'm talking about my knee. I'm talking about my knee. Everybody's driving all the way to nowhere. No time left, we're dying. And then they might care. Don't take it personal, I'm talking about me too. What else should we do? What else should we do? But I get.
So on this side, so you can see I got 3 screws, so there's a triangle and a couple here. And on this side, I've got 3 down here and 2 here. We've locked this in so it can't really move left or right. Then this space will be the same. This side is the side that gets glued. I now have a space here, so we're not going to have to worry about glue getting in here. And this is where it's going to get laid up with a 1/2 inch of fiberglass. I'm going to sand everything else and get it all ready to go. This is a big batch, so I'm going to spread it out as quickly as I can. There's a tendency to set up quickly if you leave it in the pot. I'm going to cover this thing. Everything's all wiped down with acetone. Cover the plywood, flip it over, and stick the 2 pieces together. As always, very, very clean. Everything's wiped down with acetone. Mix your epoxy very thoroughly. Scrape the edges, scrape the bottom. Don't mix it too quickly. Don't want to stir or whip air into the epoxy. And once it's thoroughly mixed, then we can start to apply it. All right. So pour it right on there.
Gotta admit, it feels so good. Like a sugar sweet kiss. Skin soft and smooth. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about money. You know you like it too. You know you like it too.
Ran out of hardener, and I still have some resin left with the West Systems 105 and the fast hardener. It tells me that the ratio wasn't proper between those two pumps, or in this case, this hardener was damaged when I got it. It didn't appear to be leaking, but maybe I lost some. I'm not sure. It's really weird. You would have thought they should have run out at almost exactly the same time. The ratio was correct. So anyway, I ordered some more. This time, I'm trying Total Boat. Boatworks Today uses this stuff. I think exclusively. He doesn't usually use the epoxy. He uses a lot of the polyester resin, and it's less money. But I'm gonna stick with epoxy. But this is $30 or so, maybe $40 less than the West Systems epoxy. So I'm gonna give it a try. And I didn't know it, but it's the same 1:5 ratio, and they also come with their own set of ratio pumps. They also sent along a couple of epoxy mixing cups and some stir sticks. So not bad for 30 something dollars less. I expect I'll probably like it just as well as the West Systems. It might even be better, who knows. And you can't really complain about $30 to $40 less per gallon. Not bad at all. I had done my first panel. I'm going to spin it around here. You can see it standing off to the side here. This is it. And it worked out pretty well. You can see that now it's nice and flat. There's some flex to it. So when I go to push this up against the deck, the underside of the boat, it should be fine. The only thing that didn't happen with this that I wanted to happen is I wanted to put epoxy both on the face of the plywood, the CDX fur, and the fiberglass when I bonded them. And I mixed up what I had for fiberglass resin, and I got the fiberglass side done really nicely and heavily, and then went to mix some more, and there wasn't any hardener left. So I didn't get to add it to both faces. There probably are a few spots in here where the plywood is dry and didn't get any epoxy on it. So what I did is I found a flat spot in the garage. I laid this down. I applied as much weight as I could to it and let it cure. This for the top side, I'd really be concerned about it because I don't want any moisture to be able to leak through and get onto this plywood. So the other thing I want to show you real quick, I'm going to flip this over. This is my slot here for the jib and gentleman track. I want this to be solid glass. So I cut this slot out. You can see these holes. That's the bolts going through the deck. I'm going to lay this up with fiberglass tape a 1/2 inch thick in this whole area. So I'll sand it and layer this in with fiberglass tape. So this should be good and solid, and once again, like the other areas of the boat from previous videos, it should not be an opportunity for water to get from these holes into the core. There's, you know, almost an inch away all the way around. So I'm going to continue with this video. I'm going to get the rest of these panels glassed. I'm going to try to do a couple of them today, let them set and cure, and then I'll do a couple of them tomorrow. I've got a total of 5 panels here. Because I'm doing fiberglass upside down in this case on the boat, viewer recommended using these. These are the bars that you'd use in the back of a pickup. It just calls it a cargo bar. And these are like $15 at Harbor Freight right now. Fully adjustable, up to like 115 inches. They will hold 60 pounds of pressure each, and then they just pump up tight. So I grabbed a 6 of these. I think it's going to do a really nice job. All right, time to get started. I'm going to try one of these today, and I got some brushes if we need them as well. So this is the total boat. Same ratio, 5:1. I think it's basically the same stuff. I just primed these pumps. They should be ready to go. I've already wiped these down with acetone. mix another little bit here. I've laid this new panel out behind me, you can see. I've already wiped it down with acetone again. And now I'm just stirring this and mixing it together. Then I'm going to apply it to both of these panels. We're going to do the same thing we did before.
so much to the poltergeist. Trying to hold on to love, but it's frosting nice time. Much but a light from a falling sky. Apply to the forces above us like keep holding on to this present time. Inspired by the ones that were left behind us. We fell for the light of a foreign sky. Applying to the forces above this life. So much to the poltergeist. Trying to hold on to love, but it's frosting nice time. Much but a light from a falling sky. Apply to the forces above us like keep holding on to this present time. Inspired by the ones that were left behind us. We fell for the light of a foreign sky. Applying to the forces above this life. So much to the poltergeist. Trying to hold on to love, but it's frosting nice time. So much but a light from a falling sky. Apply to the forces above us. Keep holding on to.
So I do have this properly wet out. This piece of material here. You'll see this is floating up right now. I'm going to have to deal with that when I do this final layup. But first of all, 1708 cloth. I need to cut a couple of strips to length here. And I want every strip to be just a little shorter than the strip before it. So I'm going to cut the first two. There's about an inch shorter. Set these. Let's see. So this is already wet. I could drop this 1708 right into the slot here, just like that.
Press the button.
It's me. It's me looking down on me. The world above must also be.
There. Not bad. I definitely have a little knife trim here to clean up this edge on this one side. Part of me would like to cut it out of there now, but I think it's a bad idea. But yeah, so we have, oh, I don't know, a layer or two left. We used up the remainder of the epoxy here. Got a few tools to clean up, but that's it. I know you can't see my face, but the important thing is that you can see what I'm doing here, and hopefully this will help you out if you got to do something similar in the future. I had to kind of figure out how to do this without having a hole in the top of my deck. So I wanted to do my entire deck from underneath. Just one last little shot I wanted to show you guys. This, you can see this connection here. I want to show you that I slid the buckets across and moved my clamps so that I'm now spanning across that joint and holding everything down and in place. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you found something beneficial out of this video, and I'll see you next week. I want to thank those that have subscribed to my channel, or like, share, and comment on my videos. If you're new to my channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps me to gain traction here on YouTube.